Hi, my name is Jody Worrell. Today, we're going to look at ways to play over A minor 7 and D7. It's a sound that's often associated with Santana, Allman Brothers, Atlanta Rhythm Section, and Pink Floyd, among others. These chords can be addressed with the A minor pentatonic or A minor blues scales, but those don't really outline the harmony of both chords. The scale, which contains all of the chordal tones for both chords, is the A Dorian scale or A Dorian mode, if you prefer. Okay, I mentioned the A Dorian mode. That's literally the second mode of G major. So we're playing the notes of a G major scale, but we're starting on A and ending on A. What you wind up with is this, and here's my fingering for it. All right, the reason I finger it this way, I try to stay in one position as long as possible. So we managed this far. Now I have to change positions. I want to play this F sharp note, so I'll jump back here to my first finger. Then we have two strings in a row with the same fingering. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, which is a very comfortable place to be. So we've got. Now we've pretty much run out of this position. Now I need to squeeze in a little bit, replant my first finger on the 5th fret. Now the rest of it plays right out as 1, 3, 4, 1. So we've got switch, switch back. Okay, now one would think that you'd want to go back down the same way you came up, but that's not necessarily so. What I think makes the most sense is we'll start where we were, play that string the same way we came up, but now instead of jumping back here to the 4th finger and thereby kind of handcuffing yourself and painting yourself into a corner where you kind of have to go down here, I say maintain your position until you can't any longer. So we'll go 1, 4, 3, 1, 3, 1. Then, if we want to continue further downward, we can do that by just playing 2 notes in a row with our first finger. Then you're in position for the 4, 2, 1. Having done that, we have to return to our original position. I'll go up to the 3rd finger there. And there are the ascending and descending fingerings for the A Dorian. Now I'll demonstrate what I've been talking about by playing a little bit with my jam track. Now let's take a look at those concepts kind of one by one, and I'll explain what it was I was doing and why I arrived at the notes I arrived at. Okay, let's talk about what I just played. The point of all of it is we have our scale. Now, there are, you'll be able to reference a chart which shows where the emphasis among the notes in this scale change as the chord changes. Just quickly, I can show you that the notes from this scale that are in the A minor 7 chord are these. The notes that are in the D7 chord are these. All of those notes are in our scale. It's sort of, at this point in time, it becomes incumbent upon you to begin to recognize which notes have to do with which chord. That's how you can make effective decisions about your note choice and define the chord. Like, for instance, I played something like this. So we've got the first part of that is over the A minor 7. That's just 1, 1, 3, 5, flat 7 of A minor 7. Now the chord changes. There's our F sharp note, which is in our D7 chord. We end up with the equivalent of this. You can hear the chord change in what you play. So what I'm doing literally is biding my time and making a decision on which note I play vis-a-vis the chord, so that I can, at least in the beginning, play on the downbeat of the new chord a note that is in that chord, so we can hear the chord change. Second chord, first chord, second chord, first chord, second chord, first chord, second chord. And even a simple line like that, you can hear the song in it. All right, now I'm going to fire up the track again and play and expand on it a little further, get busier, throw in more notes, possibly some passing tones, but the concept will be the same. I want to define those chords as they change. All right, well, notice that I played very little at first, but progressively busier while always tending to the changing chords. Also notice the division of my ideas into phrases which are more coherent to the listener than an endless stream of notes. You have to admit, nothing's more boring than someone who speaks continuously, never taking a breath, never letting you take stock of what they've said, and just prattles on forever and ever. The same's true as music. No one wants to hear everything you've got in every bar.